Hello, dorks. Welcome to the latest episode of Dork's Side of the Ring. I know it's been a while, but I figured I'd knock the dust off this YouTube channel. I believe the last video was SummerSlam predictions and the results of those predictions. So today, I am going to do Saturday night's main event predictions and maybe even some fantasy booking. Now, as of time of recording, Saturday night's main event is later today, so hopefully you guys get to see this in time to find out if I was right or not, and hopefully I will on the other side of the, I don't know if it's a PLE. It's not on NBC this year because this is the first Saturday night's main event after the ESPN deal. So this will be the first time since the new deal that it's not airing live on NBC. So it's only going to be streaming on Peacock. So I don't know if there's commercials either. There probably are because there's only 4 matches on the card, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But yeah, so in the funny side, I canceled my Peacock because I got ESPN so I could watch WrestlePalooza, and so my mom is letting me use her Peacock so I can watch Saturday night's main event. But that's fine because when I had Peacock, I was letting her use it, and she only got Peacock because I canceled my Peacock. But you guys didn't need to know any of that. It's also really good that it's not on NBC because tonight's also Game 7 of the World Series, and NBC would get crushed in the ratings. I mean, they probably will anyway, but it'll just look bad for WWE and all the millions or billions of dollars, whatever it is, that they get in TV rights for these things. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to Saturday night's main event predictions with Danny the Dork Knight. Okay, so we have 4 matches on the card tonight. I'm going to list them off in no particular order, and then part of my predictions will be I'll predict what order I think the matches will be in, and then I'll get into the results, and then I'll get into my fantasy booking. So the 4 matches advertised for the show are CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title, the vacant title, due to the Seth Rollins injury, the real one this time. I hope this teaches everybody a lesson about karma. And I hope these wrestlers think long and hard in the future about whether or not they're going to make it a major storyline angle, so much so that they Andy Kaufman that shit and take it out into the real world, faking an injury, because that's what Seth Rollins did, and then he immediately got real life injured, and apparently he's out for 6 months. He was doing some morning football show because he's a huge Bears fan. I forget, Chicago Bears. I forget what the name of the show was, but it was just like yesterday. He was on there and he was dressed up as it was for Halloween because he was dressed up as a bear and he had a Bears jersey on, and he kind of let slip that he's going to be out for 6 months. So let that be a lesson to you, Mr. Rollins. The next match is for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. After that, we've got Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. And then the triple threat match with Dirty Dom, your Intercontinental Champion, taking on Penta and Rusev. So those are the 4 matches. So I think Triple H seems to like to close the show with the WWE title. So I feel like that's going to main event the show. So that's the Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre match. I think that's going to end us out. So I think the first match that's going to open the show is going to be CM Punk versus Jey Uso. I think the second match is going to be the women's match, Stratton versus Cargill for the women's title. I think the third match is going to be the triple threat match. And then I've already said I think the main event will be Cody Rhodes. So let's see if I get those right. This is the first time I'm doing that type of prediction. So now let's get into my predictions for the matches. Up first, we've got CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. The TLDR version of this, CM Punk wins. And now here's how I think it's going to happen. Everybody's got their eye on this match. I mean, if you've been watching Raw, you know that people are gonna get involved. I mean, you've got Braun Breaker, you've got Bronson Reed. I guess they're still going by the Vision, even though they're basically just two of them now. You've got L.A. Knight, and you got Jimmy Uso. So that you've got these four factors outside of the match, and they're all interested in that world heavyweight title. Now, I'm not going to go as far as a lot of other people have, saying that there's not going to be a new champion. It is going to be some crazy schmoz, and therefore we're not going to leave with a champion. I don't think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is all of these people are going to get involved. There's going to be a lot of distraction, interference, and confusion, to quote Simon Miller. But I think ultimately what's going to happen is, in all the chaos, Jimmy Uso is going to inadvertently super kick Jey Uso, costing Jey Uso the match. Now, whether Punk sees it or not, I'm not going to get that detailed into my prediction, but I think that somehow Jimmy is going to cost Jey the match, and CM Punk is going to come out your new World Heavyweight Champion. The second match is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. So this one is a no-brainer. TLDR again, Jade Cargill all the way. Here's why. So Jade Cargill just had a huge heel turn. Now, if they don't pay that off, it's pointless and she is buried. Her career is over. She has gone up for this title so many times and lost every single time. And it's really hurting her brand. I mean, the whole reason they got her from AEW was because she was this undefeated, massive superstar who held that TBS championship practically the entire time that she was there. And they haven't done much with her. Now, I think, they skipped NXT, brought her into the main roster right out of the gate, paired her up with Bianca Belair. Oh, Bianca Belair. Anyway, and they did the best they could with her limited knowledge. I mean, she's got a great look, a great look. I mean, she looks terrifying. She's beautiful, but she looks terrifying. It's a crazy paradox that she has. She's got an amazing entrance. She could use a little bit more work with her mic skills, but she doesn't suck. But, she definitely has room to grow. I really liked how she had the baddies in AEW. I really like her heel work. I'm really excited to see her as a bad guy. And I think, Tiffany Stratton's been on this meteoric run the entire year. I think she's the longest reigning champion this calendar year out of all the championships, men and women. Title defenses. She's had a really killer year, and they've already started protecting her because on last night's SmackDown they really are selling the whole you're barely cleared medically, your knee, blah blah blah. So they're protecting her. So the writing's kind of on the wall. I think what will happen is another story, but I think what needs to happen is that Jade Cargill needs to just simply destroy Tiffany Stratton, but she needs to do it in a very heelish, underhanded, cheating, just scummy kind of way to build up that is to make this heel turn pop even more, right? So she's already turned heel. What's the difference? What's going to make her win now? The only difference in this rematch now is instead of babyface versus babyface, we've got a babyface versus a heel. So Jade, pronouns pal, Jade has to do something different to win. Just for it to make sense. And now that she's a heel, it's opened up a whole Pandora's box of opportunities for her to explore to win this match. And not only should she win it, I think Tiffany deserves a vacation. It's the end of the year. She's been logging a lot of hours. Get her things. I think she should be injured. I think not really in quotes. Now, I don't wish any of these wrestlers harm. Storyline wise, I think she should get beaten so badly that they storyline write her off for the rest of the year. And then she can make a surprise return at the Royal Rumble, a huge pop, everybody will love her. So that's how I think that match is going to go. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to that match. It's one of my most, really, I think I'm actually looking forward to that match the most. The third match we have is Dirty Dom versus Penta versus Rusev in a triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, TLDR, Dom retains. I think that what Penta and Rusev have got going could be gold. I think they don't need a title to progress that storyline. I think at the end of their program together, whoever comes out on top, then that person can be back in line for like Rusev. I think Rusev would make the most sense because let's see here, because Rusev and Sheamus, I don't know. There's a lot going on there. So you see where my brain's going. Because Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental title. So down the line, if we stretch this out, we pull on this taffy long enough, Sheamus could have his WrestleMania moment, get the title off of Rusev, of all people, at WrestleMania for the first time winning the Intercontinental title. Again, we're going off into fantasy booking land here. But that's kind of what I think that's going to set up. And I think Dominik Mysterio is a great heel champion, very, very much Eddie Guerrero. Man, I think it would be great. Again, more fantasy booking tangents. If they got her name. Excuse me. Vicky Guerrero. If they get her back, and they reopen that storyline from like 20 years ago or whenever it was when they had the custody match over Dom when Dom was a kid. That they could bring that whole ridiculousness back up. I mean, dude, it's crazy to me. Like, I feel like look at him. He's got to be Eddie Guerrero. It's just weird. Anyway, I digress. The fourth and final match, the main event, is Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the. I don't think it's undisputed anymore. I think it's just the WWE Championship. At least it's not the Universal Championship. I hated that. So, TLDR, Drew McIntyre. What? I know that's a super hot take, and I'm probably wrong, but I feel like it serves the story best. And the only way Cody Rhodes is going to be a 3-time WWE champion is if he loses it for a second time. And let's be real, man. This run has been ridiculous. He shouldn't have won it. Like, Drew should have won at the last match, especially because Cody had to take off all that time to shoot Street Fighter, so he wasn't on TV for like a month anyway. Like, what the it's stupid. Anyway, and if Drew loses, he's just gonna look like a bitch. How many times are they doing this match now? And sure, last night Drew got his way. There's no if Cody gets disqualified or counted out, the title can change hands. So that's the stipulation they added last night on SmackDown. So with that stipulation, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've protected Cody enough, and I don't know. I really feel like storyline wise, it would be best to take it off Cody, give it to Drew, and then Cody can focus on War Games, because we got, and I'm surprised they haven't promoted it at all. I think it's in like 3 weeks. We've got War Games, Survivor Series, and we have no idea who the teams are going to be. And I'm just, especially with Seth Rollins out now, and it's just like, so my point is, I don't think there needs to be, I don't think Cody needs the championship at SummerSlam. I think, or I'm sorry, at Survivor Series. I think Drew needs it more storyline wise for Survivor Series than Cody does, because I feel like Cody's going to be involved in the war. I mean, it's his daddy's match. I think he's going to be involved in the War Games match. So, what does that leave for Drew? Now, even though I'm saying storyline wise, it would be better for Drew, but like, if it's not Cody, who's Drew fighting? Now, if Jacob Fatu's injury is not as bad as everybody thinks it is, it could be Jacob Fatu. Just to kind of, obviously he's not going to win. Drew would retain. So, I mean, there's that, but they need to come up with something new. We need to give Drew a nice little run, because he's going to have to lose it back to Cody soon. Maybe at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, maybe Cody, something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get down the road. But yeah, so that's what I think. So just a quick recap: Saturday night's main event, Salt Lake City, November 1st. CM Punk's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Jade Cargill is going to win the Women's WWE Championship. Dominik Mysterio is going to retain his Intercontinental Championship. And Drew McIntyre is going to be crowned your new WWE Championship. Am I crazy? Do you agree with me? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for checking me out. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I don't put out a lot of videos, so hitting that bell notification is not going to drive you nuts. And yeah, if you want to follow me on social, the only one I do really is Twitter or X, and it's at DorkNightLV. So check me out there. You can check out dorksideofthering.com. And thanks for checking me out. And hopefully I'll be back after Saturday night's main event concludes tonight.